So we're looking at practice probe 7EE4A. Question 1 says, Erin opened a savings account with $50. She has $50. She deposited $35.50 into the account every month until she had a total of $653.50. So what that's going to look like, $35.50. We don't know how many numbers of months that she deposited that much of money, but we do know that the total she has now is $653.50. That's the equation that we need, and if you'll look over here, we don't actually have to solve it. We just have to see which of these matches up. So I see 653 equals 50 plus 35.5 m. Now, that actually matches here. It's reversed what's on what side of the equal sign, and that's okay. And it dropped this 0 here, and that's okay too. Alright, so that one matches. This one says 653 plus. We're not adding to the total here. We have a total. 653 equals 50 minus 35.5 m. If she did that, that would be she's taking out $35.50 a month. She's not taking it out. She's depositing. Depositing, if you look in your pink translating words to math, it says deposit is to add. And here, this one says to divide. This is just not appropriate for this situation. A is the correct answer for this choice, for this problem. Looking at number 2, what is the value of x if 2x plus 5 is equal to 17? This is just a straight up two-step equation. So, subtract 5 from both sides. Deal with the constant by adding or subtracting first. And then simplify. Make sure you simplify. Bring down this 2x, and then 17 minus 5, that is equal to 12. Then, undo your coefficient next by multiplying or dividing. 2x, undo the 2 by dividing. Do it to both sides. X is equal to 6. And there you're done. Next question, question 3 says, Hilda rented a canoe. The rental rate is $20 flat fee. That means just for getting the canoe, not even getting in it, she's charged $20. Then on top of that, she's charged another $12.50 per hour. So I'm going to say 12.5 times h. She was charged a total of $45. Which of these equations could be used to find h, the number of hours she rented the canoe? Well, this says 20 minus 12.5. That would be they paid her back for every hour that she rented the canoe. So that doesn't work. And let's look at B, C, and D. 20 plus 12.5 h equals 45. That looks like it works for me. That's supposed to be a check mark. All right, 20 minus 12.5 in parentheses. So that's saying the answer to that, 20 minus 12.5, would be times the number of hours. And that's not the way it worked either. They didn't charge $7.50 per hour. They charged $12.50 per hour plus the $20 flat fee. So this is not it. And this is saying you add those two together before you multiply it by the number of hours. So this is saying they charged $32.50 per hour. That's not what they charged. They charged $12.50 per hour. So it should be $12.50 per hour. And they charged her $20 just to rent the canoe. So B is the correct answer choice for this one.
I wanted to see the screen. I never did.
Maggie had 28 biscuits. She put an equal number of these biscuits on 3 plates. That suggests divide. She had 1 biscuit left over. The equation below can be used to find B, the number of biscuits on each plate. Okay, so they multiplied. 3 times the number of biscuits plus 1 equals 28. How many biscuits did Maggie put on each plate? So you are going to divide to solve this one. first we're going to subtract this constant, this one little biscuit that was left over. Simplify. Bring down this 3b is equal to 27. Now do your second step. Undo your coefficient by multiplying or dividing. So we're going to have b is equal to 9. There were 9 biscuits on each plate. Next, we've got number 5. The graph below represents the solution of which equation? Oh boy, so we get to do basically 4 equations and figure out which of these is the solution for which one of these 4 equations. So what I'm looking at here, I am going to be able to rule out A and B very quickly. The reason being is it only had a negative and a positive, a negative and a positive. And I'm looking here, I know if I have to multiply or divide a negative and a positive to get back to a positive, I need 2 negatives, okay? I need 2 negatives if I'm multiplying or dividing to get back to a positive. And this one only had 1. This one only had 1. So there's not enough negatives in here to get me back to a positive. Alright, so I'm going to look at this one. Negative 1/6 times x is equal to negative 1/8. Now, to solve this, you can actually use the multiplicative inverse. I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 6. I still have to get rid of that negative sign. I want my variable to be positive. So x here is equal to negative times negative is positive. And I've got 6 over 8. And that will simplify to 3/4. And that looks like that would work. Right there. Let's look at D and make sure D doesn't work. Alright, so C is working for right now, so let's look at D. Alright, now here I'm going to multiply by a negative 8 to solve. That gives me my variable by itself. Negative 1/6 times negative 8. I'm going to have 8 over 6. If I simplify, take out the common factor 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now if you go back and look at our number line here, 4/3 as a mixed number would be 1 and 1/3. It's more than one whole. That would be like in here somewhere. Okay, we're looking at this one. So C for this one was the best choice. And that's all we have for today for Practice Probe 7EE4A. Thanks for listening.